Hey, what's up, YouTube? Fox here, and welcome to yet another ban list discussion. So, um, let's just get started. First off, obviously, as you can see, bans, nothing. I really don't think Konami's going to be banning anything. This past year, the past year, there's been a few bans like the morphing jars and way back at the beginning of last year with finishing off Dragon Rulers, I think it was. Um, but I mean, the last ban list there was Super Poly. The ban list before that there was nothing. The ban list before that was, I think that was the morphing jars, and then the ban list before that was nothing, I think. So yeah, they really haven't been banning a whole lot of things. So I don't think anything's going to get hit. All right. Next up, my the limits. So first off, for the Cliffords, there's four cards here. I'm not saying that they're all going to get hit, but I'm just saying that Cliffords, they've been around. It's Wabbit season. They've been around for a while, so something's going to get hit. I know Monolith is new, so maybe not, probably not that. Probably any one of these three, though. Since Summoner's Art now searches out not only Scout, but Monolith. I haven't played Cliff Arts in a long time. I'm guessing you search out Scout anyways, and then pay, and then search out Monolith. I'm just guessing on that. But if anything for Cliff Arts, these will be the three that'll more than likely be hit. Again, I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying one of these is probably going to get hit, if not two of them. Next up, Necros. Um, these are fairly new, so I don't really think Konami's going to hit them. But then again, they have done it before. They hit Gishkis, I think, before we ever got them in the TCG. I think it was the ban list that was we had a ban list like a week or something before Gishkis had their official release, and Konami just hit them right off the bat. So even though Necros are new and more than likely won't get hit, there is still, it's are probably going to be the three card. Or not three, the four cards that'll probably get that are up for possibly probably these two more than these two because again, Necros are new, and these aren't really Necros specific. You have Herald of Perfection, you have Relinquish, which is an annoying deck. Um, these two, if they want to hit Necros this early, it'll probably be one of these two instead of something actually Necros. So probably one of these to one. Um, I don't know, maybe Manju to two, but I just think Necros. It's the majority of the decks out. The majority of the tournament decks out there are Necros, and for good reason. So probably one of these to one. They would still have triple Brio. They would still have triple Clasolis. That People would probably start going with what the OCG is doing since they have Manju, Senju, and Preparation of Rites Limited. They'll Necros will probably just start running Gishki chains. So yeah, probably one of these to one. If not both, but more than likely it'll probably only be one or the other. And then next up, Mind Crush. Everyone's at least side decking three of these, if not maining them. Three copies of these. It's a really good card. lets you see your opponent's hand. Um, and if say you're going up against a Cliff Art player, they activate Summoner's Art for that scout, or they already have scout and they paid the 800 to search. You just make them go minus then, and same thing with Necros. You just well, I mean, it probably doesn't hurt Necros as much as it does Cliff Arts, but because of, again, so much search in that power in that deck, so much search. You stop one search, more than likely they have like at least one other search to do exactly what that search that you just stopped did. So probably Mind Crush to one. I mean, they could put it at two, but I choice. And then Burning Abyss. Again, just like Cliff Arts, they've been around for a while, and I still don't think Dante's going to get hit. I mean, I know he's good. I know that the milling is the cost, so even if you negate his effect, he can still mill. But still, I think Fire Lake is probably the only. Well, Fire Lake or I don't know, Skarm. But I mean, Skarm's like the only one that I know actually by name because their names are so long and so confusing, and I just don't even give it the time of day to memorize them. But Fire Lake will probably be is probably the best contender to get hit by the ban list. I mean, there's no minus to this card in Burning Abyss. You send two Burning Abyss, you pop up to three cards, and then you get your Burning Abyss effects, and then more than likely those two Burning Abyss monsters that you sent, well, you'll probably wind up with two more replacements for them on field as if nothing happened. So Fire Lake probably to one. I again maybe they'll hit one of the effect monsters like Skarm or one of the other ones that are good that I have no clue what they are. Next up, we have Crush Card, Temple of the Kings, Ring of Destruction, Exchange of Spirit, and Sinister Serpent. All five of which are getting reprinted in Premium Gold 2 with their errata effects. So, I definitely see. I mean, it's just their reprint. Their reprints are pretty much confirmation already. I mean, they're not. They don't work like they did in the old days, and I mean, Reconstruction is still pretty good, but I mean, like Sinister Serpent is like crap. Exchange of Spirit is crap. Temple of the Kings is okay. I mean, hey, you can activate that Jar of Avarice right from your hand. Um, and I mean, the other effect is kind of good. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. Obviously, nowhere near as good as what it once was, but I think it's okay. Just they should have just reprinted it. They should have just made a different Crush card instead of destroying because it is no good anymore. I mean, you Crush card against Shadalls, you are going to minus so hard. You are going like -5. You're losing a monster plus this card, and then your opponent sends three cards of their choosing to the graveyard, of course, with 1,500 or more attack. But yeah, you're going like -4 or 5. It's just um, it's no good. It's no good against Burning Abyss. I mean, I guess it's okay against Necros. I guess it's okay against Cliff Arts, but it's just nowhere near as good as what it once was. And then next up, Cyberstein. This card is to 1 in the OCG, I believe. No, it is at 3 in the OCG. Um, I mean, it was a nasty OTK back in the day, but I mean, pulling it off nowadays, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard. I mean, you got to pay 5,000 life points, and you got to hope that your opponent doesn't have, like, I don't know, Effect Veiler, Breakthrough Skill, Fiendish Chain, um, you know, Battle Faders, Swift Scarecrow, Threatening Roar, Mirror Force, etc. I mean, I know that's of people when they say, "Oh, this card can come back." I mean, we have blah 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 and blah 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 to stop it. Well, yes, we do, but that's not the point. You know, it's just I I I think Cyberstein is one of those few cards where that argument really stands though, because I mean, you got to pay 5,000 life points. I mean, you better be pretty damn lucky to get that OTK off if you're gonna risk 5,000 life points. Um, and then finally, the morphing jars. Um, I mean, I know they were banned because of the Jackpot 7 OTK that the TCG never saw because they were banned before we ever got Jackpot 7. And I know Morphing Jar number 2 has its own deck out OTK, which is pretty trolly, but I don't really think it's that consistent. Um, so I mean, I think Morphing Jar number 2 at least could come back to 1, if not 2. I mean, well, if it came back to 2, then you could do the Morphing Jar number 2 OTK. But again, that's not very consistent. I don't because you're only running 4 monsters, and all the rest are spells. Um, but yeah, I mean, you could bring Morphing Jar number 2 back at least to 1, maybe 2. I mean, and then Morphing Jar, I guess, could come back to 1 because it here's they're both flip effects, and flip effects aren't. I mean, I know you have Shaddolls, but in general, flip effects are pretty slow for this meta, and you know, it's just I don't know. Maybe Morphing Jar can come back. Maybe. I mean, I know Shaddolls would love it. Exodia would love it. Dark World would love it. Um, I know a lot of decks would love it. But I mean, it is a flip monster, so I don't know. And it can totally help out your opponent. And against Lightsworns, as long as there's not a JD in that hand, or as long as there's monster reincarnations left in the deck, go right ahead. Fill up that Lightsworn graveyard. Going against Shaddolls. Shaddolls, sure, they'd love to get all their effects off. Burning Abyss, they'd love to get all their effects off. So even though you could plus so much off of this card, your opponent can also plus so much off of this card now compared to a year ago. And then finally, uh, uh, we got a few extra deck monsters here. We have the Shadal Construct and Shadal Winda. These are both at 1 in the OCG. Um, I mean, I know Winda probably deserves to be at 1 more than Construct does because all Construct is a Catastor. But you never know. I mean, I mean, just being a Catastor alone, I mean, I'd say that's pretty good. But I think if Shadal's had to get hit, it would probably be Winda or one of the, or actually, one card that I probably should have thought about putting in here was their Shadal Fusion, the first one that they got that lets you fusion summon with monsters from your deck, given that your opponent has a special summon monster. So that could also be a card that could get hit to 2, maybe 1. Uh, but of the fusions, probably Winda to 1 would be the most likely. If Construct got hit, probably to 2 or one like in the OCG, but I think Winda sees more potential to get hit. And then Thousand Eyes Restrict and Wind Up Zen Mighty, I think, can both come back to one because, face it, wind ups aren't doing anything. And when Carrier was at one, Wind Up still didn't really do anything. I mean, you could still do the Hunter loop like two, three times, four times if you're extremely lucky. I think I actually got the Hunter loop off four times, or I was like one card short from getting it off four times in one turn with Carrier at one. But I mean, windups, they're not doing anything. They're not going to do anything with Carrier at one. I mean, the Hunter loop is terrible in this format. Same reason Morphing Jar can, you can go minus so hard. And then Thousand Eyes Restrict, I mean, it's basically a 101, C101. Um, any other monster that snatches an opponent's monster, I know there's quite a few, but I mean, it's just, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, and I think this card could totally come back into the game. It's not going to do anything. And yeah, so of semi limits. So first off, Thunder King Ryo. Just yeah, I mean, you got Necros searching like crazy. You got who else? Who else? Burning Abyss search pretty much. You got Cliff Arts who search like crazy. Yosenju's they have quite a bit of search. I mean, I think bringing Thunder King to two can slow a lot of those decks down and help keep them more under control and giving other lesser decks more of a fighting chance. So I think that could definitely come to two. And then Atlanteans are getting more support, so maybe we'll see Atlantean Dragoons at two. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. Same thing with Deep Sea Diva. I mean, I know it's more she's more for mermails, but still, I mean, mermails. There is that OTK with the new that one card OTK with that new Atlantean where you combo it with you summon it, send Dragoon, search Abyss Megalo, special summon Abyss Megalo, search out one of the equipped spells, send the level 1 Atlantean to the graveyard, special summon Dragoons out, and then Megalo attack twice, and then Dragoons attack for game. So, I mean, there is that, but I think Deep Sea Diva could definitely come to two. Dragoons maybe to two because again, Atlanteans are getting support. Debris Dragon I think can come to two. I really wish that Konami would have went through with the errata that they were thinking about with Debris Dragon. It would have made him a lot better. But I think Dragon could definitely come to two. I don't think it's really going to do much. Rescue Rabbit could definitely come to two. I mean, it would help give other decks the chance to stand up to today's meta that where decks are just able to, you know, poop out rank fours like that. I mean, it's just insane, and this would help give like Evil Swarms. It would help Evil Storms get Ophion out quicker. It would help Dino Rabbits back out. I mean, I know that was a pretty devastating deck, and and I think that was the deck that made Rabbit go to one. But I mean, um, again, I mean the new Dino deck is the normal Pendulum deck. So I mean, you could bring Rescue Rabbit to two because again the Dino Rabbits have pretty much been reborn already with the normal Pendulum build. Um, Gem Knights. You could even do a Toon deck with Rescue Rabbit because of Toon Alligator. So I mean, bringing Rescue Rabbit to two would probably be it'd probably be good. I don't think it would do any damage. Tour Guide, Burning Abyss. I mean, I know she was at two before, and then she came back to three, and now I think it's time for her to go back to two. She's a really good card, and I just think until Burning Abyss and get oh man, until Burning Abyss get dealt with, Tour Guide needs to go back to two. I not one, but to two. Um, Sacred Source is 7 stars. I mean, you can only activate one of them per turn. I mean, you don't with the Dragon Rulers at one, you really don't want to be banishing them, and I can't really think of any other deck that runs sevens that would want to use this. I mean, you don't want to banish your Priestess. You don't want to banish your Dark Magician. There are decks out there where you want sevens. At least not that I know of. If you know of one, then go ahead and tell me down in the comments section below. But I think this card could come back to two, if not straight back to three. And then next we got a few stable traps here: bottomless, torrential, and compulse. I see one, if not two, of these coming back to two. Torrential tribute probably more than likely to come to two than either of these, because no one's really running torrential tribute anymore, because again with the morphing jar you can go minus so hard with BAs, Shaddolls, and all that. You can go minus so hard. So I think torrential tribute could definitely come back to two. And then of these two, I'd probably see compulse coming back more than bottomless, just because it gives the opponent's monster back. You know, it doesn't completely destroy it and get rid of it. It just, hey, here's your monster back. You can do that next turn. You know, so I mean, it doesn't totally get rid of the monster, but then again, bottomless trap hole really helps against when Cliff go for that pendulum summon 5 monsters, and then you just totally wreck them. And well, just any pendulum deck in general that does that. So torrential tribute, I definitely see possibly coming back to two. And then between bottomless and compulse, probably compulse more than bottomless. And then we have Soul Drain. I think to help counter Burning Abyss and Shaddolls and zombies, because zombies have got some pretty good support lately. And you got the dragons, the number 95, which I'm definitely going to build. This card could definitely stop that deck. It would stop the Eclipse Wyverns, the White Stones, the Dragon Rulers. Uh, if you tech in Light Pulsar, it'll stop that. If you dump that, so I think Soul Drain to two would be a smart move. And then Dark Strike Fighter. Actually, I don't know why he's here. I moved him into the next one, which is Unlimits, because his effect is nothing like it used to be, and I can see this. I mean, I think it went from banned to three in the OCG when it got its errata, so I can totally see to three instantly this next ban list. And then with Goyo Guardian, it's kind of like the Magician of Faith, the Tsukiyomi, Mirror Force, etc., etc. It would well, I don't think Mirror Force was ever banned, but you know it was at one, uh, two, and now we can definitely see it come to three, because I think most decks only run one to begin with. Um, so yeah, and I mean the monster's sent to grave, so I mean, you know, graveyard effects do still happen. So that is another thing. And then a much shorter list here. We have Gores to three. I can definitely see Gores and Tragodia to three. I can definitely see happening in order to help stop those OTKs with, uh, Mermels 95, Cliff Arts, um, any pendulum deck. I mean, there's so many decks out there that an OTK that I just think, I mean, Konami hates OTKs. So I think bringing Gores back to 3 and Tragodia back to 3 would be a good move. And then Heretic Seal of Convocation. Heretics aren't really doing much. I think there's a Heretic build of number 95, but I kind of like the build that Asian Eyes is using better. In fact, I don't even think I've seen a Heretic build in 95, but I do believe that there is one out there. But Heretics in general, they're not really doing anything. They can have their convocation back at 3 again because it was at 3, at 2, at 3, and now back at 2. I think it can go right back to 3 again. And then Dark Hole. Kind of the same thing with Goyle Guardian here. I know, but yeah, I mean, I know we have Regeki, and so I mean, asking for 3 Dark Holes is a lot. But I mean, with Regeki back at 1, Dark Hole really doesn't see any play. And even before Regeki came back to 1, Dark Hole really didn't see any play for a while. I mean, a lot of people dropped it from their main deck, and very few people side decked it. So I mean, I really don't see. I really don't think Dark Hole at 3 is likely to happen, but I think it'd be something pretty cool to see, and it's not totally out of the question. But again, I don't see it happening. And then finally, my top 5 WTF um, limits. We have Harpy's Feather Duster, Pot of Greed, Brain Control, Premature Burial, and Solemn Judgment. So, in the OCG, as I'm sure a lot of you know, Harpy's Feather Duster did come back to 1 in the last list. And so that's the reason why I have Harpy's Feather Duster. These next 4, I mean, Pot of Greed's kind of there just because fan favorite, and really no logic behind putting it there. I love the card. I would love to see it come back. I have a first ed ultimate rare from Duelist Pack Kaiba, so I mean I would just love to be able to use it. I know it's probably never going to happen, but I would just love to see this card come back to 1. That's just a want. These next 3, um, Solemn Judgment, I mean, you got to pay half your life points. If it's early game, that's really minus because you got to pay 4,000. But if it's late game, it's a lot better. If you have like 1,000 life points, you only pay 500. I mean, I know it. I know Judgment stops anything, and I think that's good for now. I mean, I think it's one of those cards that it can come back really quick, maybe 1, 2 formats, and then they can just reban it. But I think right now having Judgment at 1 would probably be not so bad. And then Brain Control and Premature Burial, both watered down versions of other OP cards. Basically, Premature Burial, watered down Monster Reborn, and Brain Control, watered down Change of Heart. You got to pay life points for both of them, unlike the other ones. Um, I know this isn't, and then compared to Change of Heart, for Brain Control, the monster has to be face up. I know you can do anything with it, but you got to pay that 800. Only lasts till end phase. Whereas with Change of Heart, it's just any monster doesn't have to be face up, don't have to pay life points, and it you can still do anything with it, and it's only taken till the end phase also. So I think Brain Control would be an interesting WTF comeback. And then Premature Burial, you got to pay life points. Monster Reborn, you don't. You can only special summon from your graveyard, not either graveyard, like with Monster Reborn. The monster equipped monster is also destroyed. But you can, however, bounce hand with like maybe a card DeLorean and then reuse it. The monster stays on field, but I don't. There's not a whole lot of spell bouncing back to the hand. I mean, Giant Truenade's banned, and I think that card should stay banned. Um, but Premature Burial, I think, could come back. And like I said in a previous video that I did. So yeah, there you go. That is my ban list discussion. That is my prediction and my one card want list. Um, so yeah, let me guys know what let man, I'm so tired. I really need to get some freaking sleep. Um, let me know what you guys think about about all this. Are there any cards that maybe I missed out on uh, or whatnot? I'm I'm so sorry. I'm blacking out here. Um, so yeah, just let me guys know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Let me know if there's any other cards that maybe I missed out on and whatnot. I know I think the only card because I think there were, let's see, one, two, three, four, five was six. So I think the only one on here that I don't that we about is Chaos Emperor. If he gets reprinted in Premium Gold 2, he'll probably come back to 1. Because I mean, all of these ones are getting reprinted. They all have their erratas, so we might also see Chaos Emperor Dragon, but